Yeah.
Well, someone else got posts, so that job's already taken. It is 7:01. Welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is our regular scheduled meeting for May 19, 2025. Recognize that we have the full attendance by the Bedminster Township Committee here in person. Ms. Ray, will you please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Burnetsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers, and posted at the Township Municipal Building on January 7th, 2025.
Great. Thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now is the time of our meeting that we open up the microphone over here or your Zoom or your telephone for public comment. There's no one raising their hand here in person. See, there's our attorney and our police chief. There's someone up there who I don't know.
So I have a Beth Cardilla online, but I don't have, I don't see a hand raised.
So if you're participating via Zoom and you wish to make a public comment, take your cursor down to the bottom, click on reactions, click on raise hand, and Ms. Ray will put you into queue for public comment. Seeing none, let's proceed. We have two sets of meeting minutes to approve. That's the May 5 regular Township Committee meeting and the May 5 executive session. Comments or questions that have not otherwise been provided to Ms. Ray? Seeing none, take a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 permits and raffles. Run through them real quick. Fireworks permit for a fireworks display scheduled for June 7, 2025 at the Hamilton Farm Golf Club. A fireworks permit for a fireworks display scheduled for July 2nd, 2025 at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. Social fair permit to Benefit Center for Great Expectations on July 15, 2025 from 12 a.m. to 8 p.m. located at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. An on-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit Freedom House LLC on July 14, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. An on-premise merchandise raffle to benefit Freedom House on July 14, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. located at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. An on-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit Autism New Jersey, Inc. on September 8, 2025 from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. located at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. An on-premise merchandise raffle to benefit Autism New Jersey on September 8, 2025 from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. And a special use permit for the Township of Bedminster Farmers Market requesting signs be posted for an extended period of time to promote the farmers market May through December 2025. So let's take the first two, which are the fireworks permits, separately, and then we'll take the rest of them all together. So for the fireworks permit, Robin and Chief Bernardo, I assume everything's been reviewed by fire. All the arrangements are approved.
Yes, Steve Dill did tell me that everything has been reviewed and is in satisfactory condition to him. I know Chief Bernardo's on the line if he wants to weigh in.
No issues, Mayor. They're fine.
Okay. So any questions from the Township Committee? Seeing none, take a motion to approve fireworks permits for June 7th and July 2nd at Hamilton Farm Golf Club.
So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
And
you.
for the rest of them, for the remainder of the permits and raffles, take a motion to approve unless there's any questions or comments.
thought you'd want to do the social fair permit, but I mean, the special use by yourself, but okay. I tried.
Get the
to
signs up.
anticipate that.
Get the signs up. I'm sure we're gonna cover the farmer's market a little bit later.
Sure. Thank you, Doug.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, we are moving right along. Monthly report discussion by subcommittee chair. Committee Woman Fernandez. Okay, thank you. Committee Woman Mareski.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just want to let everybody know that the Salem Oak Tree plaque has come in. Thank you, Dawn March and Robin Ray. The plaque is beautiful. And Whit had picked out a nice stone to put that on, so we'll get that affixed and it'll be pretty. EC is planning a moth night this year. It's going to be either June 27th or 28th, I think. Probably the 28th, which is a Saturday. We will get you more information as we get a little closer. But if you remember, Moth Night was the night where we go out to River Road Park, throw a sheet on a car, dump a bunch of beer on the sheet, and as it's getting dark, the sheet just loads up with moths and other bugs too, so be prepared. But the moths were gorgeous. And a couple years ago, there was a young girl there who was like the moth whisperer. She had the most beautiful moths that just landed on her, and she was so fascinated. It was so much fun just to watch her be fascinated with the moths. So we'll get that information out and hopefully everybody will be able to join us.
That's great. That's
And
great.
that's all we
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure you might be going out.
I'm switching it up.
I know, no. A couple of quick updates. Thank you, Mayor. The Board of Health met last Thursday, heard 4 applications, all of a very routine nature. They also sponsored a CPR AED class earlier this month, which was very well attended. 27 signed up and 23 showed up. So that was a good showing. And finally, the County Health Department will be attending the farmers market several times over the course of the upcoming season to meet residents and hand out information. They are always a welcome addition to our market. And also, Mayor, I have the Community Development Block Grant Committee, Committee Woman Fernandez and I are the Bedminster representatives to that committee. We just wrapped up our work for this season. That committee, by the way, manages the prioritization and distribution of grant money that is sourced from HUD. I know I say this every year, but when you hear the stories behind many of the applications, your heart goes out to these folks. These are the people who manage a lot with very limited resources, and they assist the disabled, women in need, individuals in group homes, just to name a few. And just a shout out, Kim Cowart and her team from the county do a great job administering that program and getting input from all the stakeholders across the county, which is not an easy job, but they deserve a big shout out to all they do. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Great, thank you. Committeeman Stevenson.
Mayor, on DPW, we obviously continue to work on our dirt roads, continue to groom them on ball fields, baseball, soccer, lacrosse. As far as local town, stormwater basin is being installed over on Apple Barn, and the pole that was leaning on the bridge to be replaced. Building days, cutting grass, working on the equipment, and working on the police cars. And lastly, Jason asked specifically to let you know that he's working on for the banners for the park.
Yeah.
So do we have any update on the pump station?
I'll try to get an update for you.
Okay, thank you. And from my end, I think we've mentioned farmer's market. So
This year's
those
colors?
lovely teal
Johnson,
teal shirts that were selected for the farmer's market volunteers. It does look like Miami. Thank you very much. But
yes.
that was the consensus of the farmer's market committee. For
Some
those colors.
Some of the.
Our fashion committee on the farmers market. committee.
Yeah.
Consensus, not.
Yeah.
Not
It does stand
not unilateral, right?
With that little orange, circle around it, definitely looks like Miami colors. So this Saturday, May 24th, yes, it's already here. Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend. Can't rush the season that quickly. So we have more vendors than ever. We're probably gonna have an expanded parking area. As Committeewoman Moreski is showing right now, I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. But the red, white, and blue, that's not teal. No teal on this. This is the farmer's market bag giveaway that we'll be handing out certainly on May 24th. And for the next several markets until supplies run out. So get out there, get your bag, come visit us all at the farmer's market, and wishing everyone a great farmer's market season for the volunteers and the safe ones that no one gets run over, for our patrons and for all the vendors as well. So looking forward to seeing everyone out there Saturday, 9 to 1 o'clock. And Colin, when's our last farmer's market day?
December 6th, 7th, or 8th, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so it'll be colder.
Yes.
Yeah. So once again, thank you to everyone on the Farmers Market Committee and to Neil Mastrobuono from our rec department for organizing another great year. Land Use Board. We did have a Land Use Board meeting. We approved the AT&T application for a generator. The only variance really at issue was it might be eating up a few parking spots at the property on Route 206, but it was approved without incident. Anyone traveling by sees that while the parking lot is 97% full, there's still little corners up in the north and the south where there's still some extra space. So right now, the indications that the 5 spaces that will be eaten up by the generator and the diesel tank will not be immediately needed by AT&T. We'll see if that ever changes. The other thing that was discussed at the Land Use Board meeting was the introduction or really the presentation of a draft housing element and fair share plan that was put together by our planner, Frank Banish. The official hearing by the planning board for the housing element and fair share plan will be June 12. And, I think we've talked about it briefly up here. Once the housing element and fair share plan is voted on and approved by the planning board, then, John, it comes back to us, doesn't it?
It does. I actually have within 48 hours after the Land Use Board adopts its resolution approving hopefully the plan on June 12th to file with E-Courts the resolution of approval by the Land Use Board and the Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. It then comes back to us for an endorsement on, I believe it's June, is it the 6th? 2nd? 16th. 16th. And we do a resolution adopting that. I've already given Robin a draft of that resolution with a few blanks to fill in once the Land Use Board adopts it. And then I'll file that resolution with E-Courts, and then anyone that has the temerity to challenge or raise objection to the plan has until August 30th to do so. So our process really should be done by that June 16th meeting and the filing on the day thereafter.
Great. And I want to thank everyone who's worked with me and John and Frank Banish in getting the housing element and fair share plan in shape. As I've said before, we believe that Bedminster is in very good condition for addressing our 4th round affordable housing needs. And right now, the way the plan reads is that we would need no additional development in Bedminster to satisfy our 4th round obligation. In part, this is tied to a revised version of the KOE project. Well, that was approved and may be coming back, well, it will be coming back for a subsequent approval. by the planning board, but with that project and taking advantage of credits that Bedminster has already accumulated, both on owner occupied for sale units as well as rental units, including senior units, senior restricted units. That we're in good shape. And let me tell you, it was not necessarily a simple, hey, we can get there. It was going over and over the new legislation, looking at our numbers, going back to the legislation, looking at credits that we had accumulated, some credits that we hadn't accounted for. And I do want to once again thank everyone who participated in getting that plan in shape and ready for presentation at the hearing on June 12th, and then hopefully back here for endorsement. So thank you, everyone. Library, we have a library board meeting this week, on Wednesday. Committee 59 will be attending. And I think that covers subcommittee. Am I missing something, Robin? Robin's looking at me.
No,
Yes, no? Okay, good. Robin, may we please have the administrator's report?
sure. Yes, Mayor. So just as a quick follow-up to our meeting, last meeting, I did follow up with previous former Mayor Roden on the direct payment. Answered all of her questions. We worked with Paul Ferrero and Jason Randolph on the DOT local aid grant application for 2026, what we're going to apply for that we spoke about during our budget sessions. Community garden, we had a bid opening last week. We had 4 bidders for the community garden. Unfortunately, 2 had to be disqualified with their total numbers were just kind of math errors that were just too great. But we have 2. And so now we have our engineer and our attorney now vetting those 2 bids. And after the budget was approved, all of our departments have received their municipal budgets for the year. So they're all to be fiscally responsible. And June 5th is the Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee meeting coming up. June 12th will be our Main Street Merchants meeting. And at the Grace Fellowship Chapel.
Great.
Both on Thursdays in the afternoon. And then we have the Memorial Day Parade coming up this Monday at 10 a.m. So be there. I'll bring your sashes for you.
Okay, great. So Robin, coming back to the community garden, between you and John and Jason, at what point do you think we'll be considering a resolution to award a contract?
Hopefully at the next meeting, if all works out, correct?
I've approved the bid, so it's just in Paul's hands.
Okay, great. So,
We'll be letting the county know.
okay, and, all right, so I'm trying to think if that's, who was the liaison? Doug, is that you?
It was Doug and Renee.
Doug and Renee, okay, so, be very interesting, and maybe time to reconstitute the Community Garden Advisory Committee. Because this looks like work's going to start spring 2025. Pretty exciting. It's great. Okay, thank you. Chief Bernardo, any update on community policing events?
Yes, this week our officers are going to be going to Child Time Daycare to do a safety presentation, and we're going to be setting up similar presentations with the other daycares in town in the coming weeks. And then June 14th, Officer Rivera will be at the farmers market inspecting any child seats for anybody who is interested in that service.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, and that's all I got.
That's great. And if who's ever on duty that on opening day wants to swing on by, always a good opportunity to see Bedminster's finest at the farmers market, especially, which should be a very busy day. So it'd be great to see someone out there. So we just get the word out, Chief.
Yeah, no problem.
So now that we've approved the budget, Robin, now's the time we actually have to start spending money.
That we are.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ordinances for introduction tonight. Sean, I'm just going to read off the ordinances and we can approve them for introduction en masse.
Yes, you may.
Okay, so we got a drink before we start this. Fresca, it's refreshing. First is ordinance number 2025-003 authorizes appropriating $5,000 for building access control upgrades. Next, ordinance number 2025-004 authorizes appropriating $100,000 for facility improvements included but not limited to the police, DPW, and town hall facilities. Chief, you may be getting saying goodbye to some of the roof leaks, hopefully, if this ordinance gets approved. Ordinance number 2025-005 authorizes appropriating $46,240 for various equipment for the Bedminster Township Police Department. Ordinance number 2025-006 authorizes appropriating $9,000 for various firefighting equipment for the Pottersville Volunteer Fire Company. Ordinance number 2025-007 authorizes appropriating $41,600 for various firefighting equipment for the Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department. Ordinance number 2025-008 authorizes appropriating $7,564.50 for various equipment for the Far Hills Bedminster First Aid Squad. Ordinance number 2025-009 authorizes appropriating $50,000 for HVAC replacement and upgrades for Bedminster Township facilities. Ordinance number 2025-010 authorizes appropriating $5,000 for telephone equipment upgrades for the Bedminster Township municipal offices. Ordinance number 2025-011 authorizes appropriating $15,000 for repeater equipment to the Bedminster Township Office of Emergency Management. Ordinance number 2025-012, establishing requirements and regulations for residential rental dwellings, lead-based paint inspections. And the last one, ordinance number 2025-013, a bond ordinance appropriating $665,000 and authorizing the issuance of $631,000 in bonds or notes of the township for the acquisition of a tanker truck for the Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department and other various equipment. If these ordinances are approved for introduction, the public hearing will be scheduled for our June 2nd, 2025 meeting. Now we have a motion to approve the introduction of those ordinances 3 through 13.
Second. Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez and Mayor Jacob.
Aye.
Thank
The
you.
public hearing for these ordinances will be scheduled for June 2nd, 2025, 7 p.m. here. We have no ordinances scheduled for public hearing. We have no resolutions on the consent agenda. We do have one resolution for individual consideration, which is resolution 2025-084. This resolution provides support for Revolution NJ to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States and New Jersey's role in the American Revolution. So this is a resolution that was forwarded to me by Somerset County Commissioner Melanie Morano. I forwarded it to Robin for discussion at tonight's meeting. Robin, just want to quickly walk us through the items or what's at stake with the resolution.
Sure. So this started back in 2019 with an initiative by Governor Bill Murphy. And it was a way for New Jersey to actually participate in the 250th anniversary. There's all sorts of programs and planning that's being done on the state level and encouraged throughout all 21 counties. Each county is participating in various ways. Somerset County is rich in Revolutionary War history, so all of the historic homes hopefully will be participating in this event and just telling New Jersey's tale of their American Revolution.
And the resolution does authorize Bedminster to put together a committee to develop a plan for the commemoration. And I already have some ideas of who the township committee may want to consider if we do proceed with this resolution.
May I add something?
Yes.
So we also, if you recall, we have the pocket park that's down in Pluckerman that we're working very hard to get that to fruition. The encampment view park for July of 2026 to celebrate the 250th.
It would be, and so Robin and I did see a early draft of the pocket park and Encampment View Park does not roll off the tongue.
That's not.
Encampment View Park,
But that's what it does.
but that's what it does. So from where the park is located,
It's very literal.
it will be angled. Anyone visiting that park and looking across 202, 206 will look up the hill to where the encampment is actually located. Okay, don't, now I know there's a lot of enthusiasm about that name. EVP, the EV Park. Yes, it does.
I think they're trying to.
I think the name is still open.
That's
for
that's
improvement.
the focus.
Robin and I would say that the name is open for discussion. Yes,
Maybe-
Keith. Yes.
Maybe it can be the first job of this committee to suggest some names.
Possibly, yes, yes.
Good idea.
Encampment View Park. Okay, but that's not this resolution. So any comments or questions regarding this resolution? Seeing none, take a motion to approve Resolution 2025-084.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
aye.
Ms. Fernandez and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And while we're not there yet, just for consideration for the membership of that committee, I'd like y'all to consider Mayor Steve Parker, whose ancestors go back to the militia that participated in the Battle of Lexington and Concord. Wendy Hickey, who's the chair of our Historic Preservation Committee. And Sean Bourne. So just I'm putting that out for discussion. There's no limit in this resolution as to how many members, but I just throw that out there for your consideration. We can certainly reach out to individuals and maybe if you have any other ideas, give them to Robin. And then maybe at the next meeting, we can actually populate that committee. Okay. Take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
New business. Are there any matters that the Township Committee wants in place for discussion under new business? Seeing none. Old business. Start with utilities.
Mayor, this evening I have no updates, believe it or not.
None, none.
None. Don't worry, though.
Ashes, water's not brown. Cable didn't
Don't
go out.
Out there.
I want to tempt fate. Quiet is good, but we will have some updates in June, I can assure you.
Pluckman Senior Housing is up under executive session, so we'll skip that. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee, as Robin mentioned, we will have a scheduled meeting in on June 2nd or June 5th. So we'll discuss that at our next meeting. So we do have an executive session, so we will go through Township Committee comments. We'll adjourn to executive, and then we'll come back to open session for adjournment. So we'll go through committee comments first. Committee woman Hernandez.
I repeat, Gina's feelings, happy Memorial Day, and everybody come out to the parade. There's always a really nice speaker who speaks down in the Far Hill area, that it's always very moving and emotional time, including the talks by the two mayors.
You caught yourself there.
I did. But have a great day, everybody, and that's all I have.
Committee in Hickey.
Nothing more to add than beyond what my colleagues have already said. Thank you, Mayor.
Woman Stevenson.
Nothing really to add, just one thing I did know was the 250-year anniversary and realize how young we are as a country. So Memorial Day coming up and to realize all of the heroes that have fallen for the great country and for the United States. It is certainly a worthy thing.
Great, thank you. Wishing everyone a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy it, and if you do show up at the parade, you certainly have the opportunity to recognize Bedminster's war dead, and hope to see everyone at the farmers market. At 7:33, I'll take a motion to adjourn to executive session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We will not be taking any formal action after executive session, so you're certainly welcome to stay and see us say good night, but you don't have to.
Hi, Bill.
AI has taken over.
AI is